All right, we are almost wrapped up with week one. I'm going to give you my reactions from the Sunday slate of games of week one in the NFL. Lots of good games, lots of bad games, but the primetime games kicked ass this weekend. Excellent finish to the Sunday slate. But let's just go into the first game. Steelers take down the Falcons 18-10 in Atlanta. A horrible performance by Kirk Cousins. He looked all sorts of out of whack. He's looking 36 off of an Achilles injury. Pittsburgh's defense dominated this game. TJ Watt was a manimal out there. Justin Fields, I don't think, did enough to keep that starting job in Pittsburgh. Chris Boswell, 6 field goals. Unbelievable fantasy day for him. Steelers don't score a touchdown. They take down the Falcons 18-10. All right, Bills take care of the Cardinals 34-28. Cardinals had an early lead in this game, and it looked like Buffalo was going to be in trouble. Down 17-3, and they were all sorts of out of whacks. But Josh Allen, really good at football. I don't know if you knew this. He has 4 touchdowns, 2 in the air, 2 on the ground. I was impressed with the Cardinals offense for a good majority of this game. We know the Bills defense isn't very good, but the Cardinals moved the football consistently early. I love James Conner, had a great day. Where the hell was Marvin Harrison Jr. though? Just 1 reception today, but Cardinals offense had a chance to win this game late. They did not do it. Couldn't get it into the end zone. And yeah, kind of disappointing if you're a Cardinals fan. You knew the defense would be bad, but I think they're disappointed with how the offense finished this game. And if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, defense isn't good. Josh Allen is great. We need to get these wide receivers figured out. Maybe give James Cook some touchdown love so he feels a little better, but he looked fine on the ground. All in all, solid win for your Buffalo Bills. Okay, Caleb Williams and the Bears get his first win of his career, 24-17 over the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee blows a 17-point lead in this game, and I'm just disgusted if I'm a Titans fan. I'm disgusted as a person who hates the Chicago Bears. Bears only had 149 yards of offense in this game. Caleb Williams did not look good. He was rattled by a Tennessee defense that is probably about average. I don't know if we're necessarily sure how good they really are, but they looked all sorts of out of whacks. But the Bears defense bared down. Monsters of the Midway, 2 touchdowns for the defense and special teams unit. All over the place. Will Levis, 2 interceptions, a back-breaking pick 6, and he was just abysmal in the second half of this game. The Titans as a whole were bad. Tony Pollard looked really solid out there for most of this game, but man, I'm just disappointed. I don't think Will Levis is a guy. He looked awful. The skill position players aren't really good enough for Tennessee. I didn't think the Titans were going to be very good this year, but this just cements it. Disastrous loss if you're the Titans. And if you're a Bears fan, you're ecstatic about the win. Maybe we got to pump the brakes a little bit on this Caleb's taking over the league nonsense we're hearing about. But 1-0, big game next week for the Bears against the Texans. Okay, the upset of the weekend. The nobody believed in us New England Patriots take down the Cincinnati Bengals 16-10. And this was ugly. This was gritty. And we were a little worried about the Bengals when T. Higgins popped up out on the injury report. And Jamar Chase has been like out all of the offseason. And he's like limited. He's got a sickness. We don't know. But man, I don't want to hear any more talk from Bengals fans about how Zach Taylor is a good head coach. Every year they come out awful. They look terrible week 1. They look bad week 2 most years. I don't want to hear this. A good head coach doesn't have his team looking like this. Absolutely piss poor, pathetic coaching job and a pathetic performance all around. I know Joe Burrow hasn't really played much. He looked all sorts of out of whack. They don't have any sort of running game. Zach Moss was the leading back, but there was no consistency. The offensive line, oh my God, they looked horrible, man. I am deeply concerned about how bad the Bengals front looked. New England, they didn't do anything special. Jacoby Brissett didn't lose them the game. He certainly didn't win them the game. Ramondre Stevenson, a bell cow. Nice to see him back and able to gash this Bengals defense. I mean, the Bengals D also couldn't get a stop to get the offense the ball back. Offense did no help. They got worn down, I think, this defense by the end of the game. But man, there was just way too many question marks and things with the Bengals for me to feel good about them. I picked the Bengals to win this division. I don't feel good about that right now, but the whole division, all lost except for Pittsburgh, so they're not in too big of a hole, but man, I am furious if I'm a Bengals fan. Patriots fans are probably pissed. They wanted to lose. They want to lose as many games as possible. Use that draft pick for a better player, because we know Drake May's taking over this bad boy, but yeah, piss poor performance Cincinnati. Jesus. Okay, maybe the best game of the afternoon slate. Really good game between Houston and Indianapolis. I picked both of these teams to make the playoffs, and I feel really good about this. The Anthony Richardson experience is an interesting one. Had 2 huge touchdown passes, ran the ball effectively as well, was the leading rusher for the Colts. Jonathan Taylor couldn't get much going on the ground. And Houston, we were worried about this offense. Are there too many mouths to feed? CJ Stroud was cooking it up. Joe Mixon with his highest carries in his career, 30 carries, 33 touches in total, $159 a touchdown. Stephon Diggs tacking on 2 tutties as well. Nico Collins goes over 100. Tank Dell even had an okay day. He probably had the least of that big wide receiver core. And yeah, I think these are both really good teams. We didn't hear anything out of Michael Pittman really on the Indianapolis side, but Alec Pierce, 125, 3 catches and a touchdown. Awesome day for him. I mean, if Anthony Richardson can stay healthy, he's a freak. The arm talent he has is incredible. The athleticism, redonkulous. And these are 2 good teams. I'm not feeling bad if I'm a Colts fan. You're feeling bad because it's a home division game. But man, Houston's a good team. I think Indy's a good team. This was a slog. Very much enjoyed this game. Okay, how about my Vikings, baby? Beating the shit out of Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is ass. Daniel Jones is the 2nd worst quarterback, maybe the 3rd worst quarterback in the NFL. I got Bryce Young and, Deshaun, rubbed me down. Watson as worse than him. But man, the Vikings kicked ass. Sam Darnold looked really good. Started the game 12 for 12. Delivered the ball well. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Interception, not really his fault. His arm got hit and it was like kind of a pop fly. Aaron Jones in purple and gold. Packer fans, eat your hearts out. 14 carries, 94 yards, a touchdown. He looked excellent. This was massively missing from this Vikings offense last year. They could not run the ball at all. Alexander Mattison, no touchdowns on the ground last year. Aaron Jones puts one in on one of his first 3 carries. Justin Jefferson, 59 yards, had a nice touchdown on 4th down. Jordan Addison did go down with an injury, but man, I'm just more how bad the Giants looked at this one. Vikings did what they were supposed to. Brian Flores' defense, really, really strong. Gave up nothing. There's one positive, I think, and Malik Neighbors is really good. I really liked what I saw out of Malik Neighbors. He was gritty. He got open a lot. Daniel Jones just can't get on the ball. Just get rid of Daniel Jones. He's awful. Send him to the sun if you're a Giants fan. How could you sign Daniel Jones and let Saquon Barkley walk? Horrible management, horrible ownership. Sad for a proud and historic franchise celebrating their 100 years today with those god-awful uniforms, a god-awful performance, and a god-awful loss. Okay, the Saints 47-10 over the Panthers. This was your beatdown of the day. Maybe Bryce Young needs to just call it quits and be a family man. He looks terrible. Dave Canales couldn't do anything, I think, to help him. I'm sad. I believed in Bryce Young. But man, he just looks small, out of whack. The offensive line is bad. The Saints defense feasted. And honestly, the big story in this game, I think, was Derek Carr and the offense. They moved the ball effective early and often, put points on the board, capitalized when they were in the red zone, capitalized off of the turnovers. Really, if you're a Saints fan, I know the Panthers are awful, the worst team in the NFL, but I think the offense is the thing you got to take away from this. If they can get a lot more of these offensive efficiency type performances, I think the Saints could actually surprise some teams because the defense is solid, but the offense has been the crux of the issue. Alvin Kamara, a solid game. They scored 47 points, and Chris Olave, their best receiver, did absolutely nothing. So that's a lot of positives if you're a Saints fan. Now, it could be a fluke. The Panthers could just really be that bad. I'm not going to overreact to it too much, but I'm feeling good if I'm a Saints fan. Like, hey, maybe the offense got some things figured out. Maybe we don't have to ship Derek Carr out of New Orleans because there is no fan base that hates their quarterback quite as much as the Saints fans just hate Derek Carr for no reason. Other fan bases have like real reason to hate their quarterback. Saints fans got no business hating Derek Carr the way they hate Derek Carr. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to overreact to this one because the Panthers are just like eye-gougingly bad. Okay, Dolphins take down the Jags 20-17 as the clock expired. This was a weird game. Tyreek Hill gets freaking arrested before the game. He's in handcuffs on the pavement. We got motorcycle cops acting crazy. And the Jags were in full control of this game. It felt like the Dolphins couldn't get any of their offense going. They were struggling to move the football. There was just nothing working. They were having some success running the ball a little bit, but really couldn't do anything at all offensively. They looked good. Brian Thomas Jr., the rookie out of LSU, being slept on, I think, by a lot of people, had an awesome day for Jacksonville. He really stepped it up, showed he might actually be the number one on this team. Travis Etienne, nothing great. Tank Bigsby with a solid day, but the Jags were walking into the end zone to put this game away. Etienne gets the ball punched out. Fumble recovery in the end zone. 80-yard touchdown to Tyreek right after that, and the Dolphins are wham, bam, back in business, ma'am, and they take it down, get into field goal range. Jason Sanders brings it home for the Dolphins. Good game they were awful for 3 quarters, the Dolphins offensively, and finished the game really strong. That's what happens when you got a guy like Tua Tagovailoa out there who just doesn't do anything crazy, doesn't lose you the game, and then he finds his playmakers when he needs to down the stretch. Tyreek's a freak. Devon Achane had a really strong day. I'm a little worried about my man Raheem Mostert. I want to see more out of him. I thought they were going to have a little 1-2 combo. Jalen Waddle did get hurt again in this game, but he had a nice day as well. Good win for the Dolphins. I picked both these teams. Actually, I picked the Jags to make the playoffs and the Dolphins to miss the playoffs. I don't love that. Jacksonville, you got to win this game. You got to win this game up 17-7. Got to win it. Come on, man. So I'm kind of annoyed as a Jags fan. Not going to overreact to anything. I am a little worried about the Dolphins offense. I won't say it. People kind of have this offense figured out a little bit. And if you can slow them down, get in a lot of these games, I don't know. Dolphins defense played good in the second half, but bad. I don't know. Jags are just kind of weird. I don't know why I picked the Jags. Okay, afternoon slate of games. What looked like there was a domination by the Raiders, up 7-3 early and then 7-6, and they were kind of in control of this game, it felt like. But Jim Harbaugh is a man. He's a man's man. He's a football coach. 5-0 in his opening games as an NFL head coach. What can you say? Chargers turned it on in the second half. J.K. Dobbins, excellent day. 10 carries, $135, and a touchdown. I'm disgusted. I pulled him out of my lineup this morning for Chase Brown. I hate myself for it. Probably going to lose fantasy because of it. But yeah, Justin Herbert didn't do anything crazy. Did a good job getting the ball out of his hands. The offensive line struggled a little bit early with that Raiders pass rush, but they set the tone, established themselves in the second half. Worried about Gus Edwards. We've been down on Gus Edwards a little bit, but I think it's the J.K. Dobbins show. And how about my man Lab McConkey? 5 catches, 39 yards, tutty. He's their number one go-to receiver, I guess. This is kind of a weird team. Their defense was a lot better. I know the Raiders' offense isn't good, but weird team all around. But please, for the love of God, get my man, Davante Adams, out of Las Vegas. Please, get him out of Las Vegas. Get him on a team with a real quarterback. This is insane. This is so frustrating. I'm furious if I'm Davante Adams. I can't stand this. He did so wrong. Get him out of there. Ship him to New York. Get him back with Aaron Rodgers. Jets. But the LA Chargers, 1-0, sleeper team. Don't be surprised when the Chargers win 9 or 10 games this year. And we're like, how the hell did Jim Harbaugh do it? Once again, because he is a damn good football coach. Okay, Broncos, Seahawks. Seahawks take down the Broncos 26-20. And this was a game the Seahawks were losing. They looked bad. They looked like they were inexperienced at the coaching position. They give up 2 safeties in this game. Honestly, they can't do anything correctly, it felt like, in the first half. And let's see, Bo Nix, 3.3 yard average today, 42 passes. I don't know if he threw the ball past the line of scrimmage in the first half. Oh, wait, he did. He threw an incomplete pass, and then he threw an interception. It was just really bad. And we expect this out of this Denver offense, but my God, it was worse than we really could have known. They couldn't run the ball at all against Seattle. I liked the Seattle's revamped defense, and they finally took care of business. They gave Kenneth Walker the ball, and we took advantage of a bad Denver front. I think it's going to be a long season for Denver. It's a positive win for Seattle, but it's got to be better passing the ball. Threw the ball 25 times for only 171. Got to be better if you're Geno. I didn't see anybody besides Lockett really doing anything at the wide receiver group. I know Patrick Surtain's shutting down DK. That's kind of what he does, but where's JSN? I was expecting a big JSN game. Nothing from him, really. Geno, with the filthiest touchdown run you're going to see a quarterback of his, athleticism ever do. Hit the nasty shutter. Oh, just absolutely filth. Great win, I guess, if you're the Seahawks, because if you lose to the Broncos, it's probably going to be a long season. And Sean Payton, fraud alert. I don't know. Some are saying it. I'm not saying it. I'm definitely saying it. Sean Payton, I don't know, man. Okay, Cowboys dismantle the Cleveland Browns 33-17. This game was not close at any point. 20-3 at halftime. Probably should have been 23-3 at halftime. Thanks a lot, Mike McCarthy. Ruined a 66-yard field goal because you don't know how to use the clock to take timeouts. Thanks. But Deshaun Watson is maybe the second worst quarterback in the NFL. He's also the worst human in the NFL, maybe. So Deshaun Watson doesn't want to play football. What a horrible Cleveland Brown altering decision to make him, you get rid of Baker Mayfield, who we're about to get to, baby, was balling out. Deshaun Watson, $230 million fully guaranteed. He's a piece of shit. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to play football. He got the cash. I don't give a shit. Calling him out. He's terrible. Screw Deshaun Watson. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. But his teammates don't like him. Nobody likes him. I mean, anybody who defends Deshaun Watson, go away. Go away. Jerome Ford, nothing. Jared Jeudy, nothing. Amari Cooper, whereabouts unknown. Zeke Elliott, baby. The boy Zeke is back. 10 carries, 40 yards and a tud. Look at Zeke, baby. Like the legs, looked refreshed. Dak didn't do anything. It felt like the defense dominated this game, so much so. He didn't really have to do anything. Just don't lose the game. $60 million looks good when you only have to throw for $179 and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb doing what CeeDee Lamb does. And Brandon Cooks had a nice catch for a touchdown. Other than that, this was an ass kicking. Cowboys defense looks good under Mike Zimmer. Browns, disaster. I'm glad I was off the Browns this year. Sorry, Browns fans. It's going to be another long one. And that's what you get for getting rid of a guy who actually cared. All right, Baker money maker. That's what you get, Cleveland. I was the biggest Baker Mayfield hater in the world. But damn it, Baker has won me over. He plays the football the way I want a guy to play football. When you don't believe in Baker Mayfield, that's when he's at his best. People are sleeping on the Buccaneers again, kind of me included. I thought we believed a little too much in the Buccaneers. We're doubting them again. Baker, 4 tutties today. No problem. Mike Evans doing what Mike Evans does, being a dog. Chris Godwin, awesome day. Rashad White making an impact. Bucky Irvin getting involved. This was a perfect day if you're a Buccaneers fan. Defense shut down a bad Commanders offense most of the day. This game never felt in doubt if you're a Buccaneers fan. Washington, it was interesting. Jaden Daniels is a hell of an athlete, man. He was moving all over the place. It's exciting. I liked what I saw out of Brian Robinson Jr. I think this offense and Cliff Kingsbury, they're going to figure this out. But it's early. They really couldn't pass the ball. Scary Terry, nowhere to be found. They struggled. They're going to struggle. The Washington's not very good. I was a little high on Washington, I think, going into the year. The defense is abysmal. I thought Dan Quinn could fix this unit. They are so bad. They are so bad on the defense. Hey, Buccaneers, good, but, Washington is awful on defense. So if they can get any sort of better, get the passing game figured out, I think there is potential for upside in Washington. But yeah, statement win by the Buccaneers when the rest of the NFC South, at least Carolina and Atlanta, not looking impressive. So big time win by the Bucs. I think making a statement, say, hey, keep doubting me because I'm here. I'm here. And finally, our Sunday night game. What a thriller. The primetime games were excellent this week. Man, love to see it. The Lions take down the Rams 26-20 in overtime. But really, the statement of this game was Lions blew a 14-point lead. Lions were in control. This game fell over in the third quarter there, but really couldn't do anything. Fell apart down the stretch there. Go on a nice long drive in the fourth quarter to tie the game up with just like 50 seconds, 30 seconds left. They basically sent it to overtime. They forced it, but Cooper Kupp is the man. He is back at it. Rams really couldn't run the ball at all. Stafford, threw the ball 49 times and didn't touch the ball in overtime. That tells you all you need to know about this Rams passing attack. But Matt Stafford still got it. Cooper Kupp still got it. But they lost Puka Nacua to a knee injury. Again, he ended up leaving on the cart to the locker room. He was in the golf cart. Didn't come back out for the second half. That's the big blow. Other than that, the two-headed monster in Montgomery and Gibbs did what they needed to do. Montgomery iced out that overtime. Jared Goff, kind of a Jared Goff game. And we got absolutely nothing, it felt like, out of Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown. It was all the Jameson Williams. This is the Jameson Williams game. Like it says, 5 catches, $121, and a touchdown. Had a huge touchdown. Burned the Rams DBs on a double move. Lions are scary. DBs looked a lot better in the first half than I thought they were going to be. Now the Rams kind of torched them in the fourth quarter to get back in this game. So maybe the DBs are a little bit closer to what we thought they are. But man, Lions are scary. Lions are a really good team. I think the Rams are a good team. I'm not selling my Rams stock with a game like this. These were 2 really good football teams. I am a little worried now about the Puka Nacua injury. I need to get my guy back out there. This offense just runs so much better when there's 2 of those guys you got to worry about. And, we need some help. Do we have any other receiving games? Tyler Johnson had a nice day. He had one really awesome play there. He's supposed to be their speedster, but like Demarcus Robinson, like there just really wasn't anything else out there. Puka Puka didn't play the entire second half. I mean, he only played one quarter and he had 4 catches for 35 yards. I think that was the big deal there. But yeah, excellent slate of week 1 games. Instant reactions this morning. We got one more game. We got Niners and the Jets. That should be a lot of fun. I got my power rankings video coming out Tuesday morning tomorrow. Excellent, 1 through 32. I'm ranking them all, baby. Breaking down my top 15 more in depth. So make sure you tune in for that. If you haven't already, drop a quick sub on this video. Hit that like button. Helps out this channel tremendously. Get us out into the algorithm out there. Again, we got daily sports content. I got sports stat facts every single day. Shorts. We're going to have videos every day of the week. It's football season. It's that time of the year. It's my favorite time of the year. Let's keep it going. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.